Okay guys, this is my 2000 Acura RL. I just finished the 6-speed swap this weekend. And I bought the car as is. It's a little bit rough. It needs a left fender. It needs a back bumper, or at least some pretty good body work on the back bumper. And the right front headlight's a little crusty and it's got a little crack inside, but otherwise it's a pretty straight car for the price I paid for it. The transmission's out of a 93 Legend. It actually came out of a 91, but originally it was from a 93. The transmission actually is very quiet, doesn't have the rattle. These are the pedals mounted. I didn't finish up the dead pedal yet because I'm still dealing with rerouting a wire harness that's right underneath the clutch pedal here. As you can see, the clutch pedal just wants to touch that wire harness right there. So I'm going to reroute it, get it out of the way. I just haven't gotten to that point yet. The shifter is from a Legend. It's not mounted in the factory Legend place. It's actually a little bit further behind. Because if I mounted it in the factory place, the shifter would be halfway into the ashtray. So it's actually a little bit further behind. Also, the RL center console is a little bit taller, so it appears that the car's got a short shifter when in fact this is the regular stock shifter. And all the boots and everything are in place from the Legend. Now what I did was to run the car without a check engine light. We placed some dummy sensors under the hood to simulate the shift solenoids and the torque converter solenoids of the transmission. And what the other part of it is to trick the transmission into thinking it doesn't have to shift. And what you do is, obviously, to start the car, it has to be in neutral, and then a shift has to be made from neutral to drive 1. And in drive 1, it's not looking at the sensors, it's not really looking at any information, it's just holding the car in one gear, and it's not really expecting any feedback from the transmission. So, I haven't hooked up the clutch interlock yet. Start the car. And now what we're going to do is I haven't hooked up the relay yet. We're going to manually, this is the connector for the shift position switch, and what we're going to do is we're going to shift it from neutral, where it's in now, into drive 1. And you see drive 1 lit up on the dashboard now. If you note, the D4 light's not blinking and there's no check engine light. The VSA light is on because of a bad speed sensor, which I'm going to be fixing later on today. Alright, let's go around the block real quick, or around the building rather. And believe it or not, this thing really drives smooth. Much smoother than a Legend with a manual transmission. I'm assuming it's because of the mount setup with the RL, but it really feels good. I hate to say it, it's much better than a manual transmission in a Legend. But yeah, when you have a bad speed sensor on these RLs, everything comes on. The VSA, the ABS light, and the traction control indicator. Now, where the shifter was it took a while to figure out how to properly position it, but the best I could come up with, the shifter is kind of at the right height. What happens is, now this area right here needs to be clearanced a bit. So in third gear, it does touch, but if you notice, it just touches if you push all the way up on it. So I figured take about 1/4 of an inch of material out of here, and it should be alright. First gear, second gear, or third gear, and fifth gear. Fifth gear is not as bad as the other ones, but everything I'm pretty happy with. Alright, thank you for watching. All right.